Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today we're going to look at Way of the Rat, issue number 19. This is by CrossGen Comics. CrossGen Comics was a company that it just passed me by. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. CrossGen Comics came out around like 2000. I think around that year. I forget exactly the years. But what happened was I had just graduated college and I was entering the work field, and I was as broke could be. So I just got Marvels, I just got DCs, and anything other than Marvels and DCs, except for, stuff that I was super interested in, like Usagi Yojimbo. I just didn't have time to get new stuff up. Take that back. I had plenty of time. I didn't have the money to get into it. So CrossGen, I vaguely heard of it, and I just told myself I can't get into it. I just can't get into it. It was a money saving thing, and now I'm kicking myself. These are phenomenal comics. Everything that I read by CrossGen so far has been phenomenal, and I haven't read a bad CrossGen comic yet. So I showcased issue number 1 of Way of the Rat. I'm pretty sure it was issue number 1, and here's number 19. So first off, this cover, just an outstanding cover. Look at that. All right, so I'll do the credits when I go inside, but look at this. I just think it's a great cover. I love this costume. I love the design. This is the Silk Ghost. The only thing that drives me nuts is, can you tell by the hands? The way she's holding the sword is off. Not that I could draw anything like that, but that's the only nitpick I have. And here we have Popo the monkey. And this catches you up. And here is the indicia. Let's look at the year. All right, 2003. So I was close. First printing. Way of the Rat, issue number 3. So, all right, let's give you a little bit of backstory while we look at this beautiful splash page. For those of you who didn't see my Way of the Rat number 1, Way of the Rat is it's Boone. Yeah, Boone. Boone is the main character, and the reason why I'm confused is it's kind of a joke that people keep getting his name wrong, so I confused myself, just like in comic itself. So Boone is a thief, and he's a member of the Thieves Guild, and he goes in and he steals from this old man. Now, when he walks in, the old man is just sitting at the table looking at a scroll. So he's like, oh God, the guy's, I thought he would be asleep. Turns out the old man's dead. Boone didn't kill him. Boone is not a murderer. He goes in, the guy is dead. He takes the scroll, he takes this gem, and he takes a ring. So he takes these 3 things and he leaves. Turns out he took the 3 most important things in this city state. So this is the CrossGen. They did a bizarre thing. They made it's set on an Earth-like world. So this isn't China. I forget what they call it, but it's alternate China. So and he's in the city of Zhuxing, which doesn't really exist. There's the emperor and the Khan. So like Braith is set in Britannia, which is not really Britain. It's and he's not really a Celtic warrior, although he is a Celtic warrior. Chuck Dixon said he wrote him like a Celtic warrior and just ignored the fact that it was a different Earth. And that's what he's doing here. He's making a kung fu movie in a comic book. Chuck Dixon is I didn't say it yet because I didn't see the credit, but Chuck Dixon is the writer. He's a big fan of Hong Kong cinema. So this is his version of a Hong Kong kung fu action flick comic book. And last I know, it was like opted for a movie, but then I think Disney bought all of the CrossGen catalog, and it's just sitting on it, which is a real shame. Disney, make a Way of the Rat movie. Jeez, this is begging to be made into a movie. But anyway, I digress. Focus. All right, so Boone steals the 3 artifacts. Now, unbeknownst to him, he's just a thief. He just wants to steal something. Let's look at the cover while I talk about this, bring us up to speed. He doesn't realize the scroll is, it's such a cool concept. You open up the scroll and it's a window into hell. It's the hell of the angry dragons. There's different hells. The gem is the heart of the phoenix. It's almost like a genie bottle that can trap spirits. And then the ring is the ring of staves. So when you wear the rings, you get complete mastery of fighting with staves. And then the Khan that's about to attack the city, he's wearing the ring of swords. So and when he gets all 3 of these magic items, there's a monkey next to him that starts to speak. Like a spirit inhabits the monkey, and he's able to speak. And the monkey Popo is now his advisor. So there you go. Oh, and of course the Thieves Guild wants the judge who rules the city. He promised the ring of staves to the Khan. So the Khan wants the ring, and then the Emperor's daughter wants the ring. So right, unbeknownst to Boone, he's just the unluckiest guy in the world. He stole the objects that everybody wants. So now he is wanted by the Thieves Guild because he broke the rules and he stole something that, you know, the ruling elite wanted. The ruling elite wants it because he took it and it was promised to another guy, and the other guy wants it because it'll make, he already has this, he's collecting all the rings to become like the masters of all the weapons. So there you go. So now Boone is the most hunted person in this imaginary city. So let's open it up. So what's going on? Chaos is just ensuing. So now, like, it's almost like a comedy of errors at this point. A whole bunch of bad stuff is happening. The city is being rained by plagues of horrible, basically because of Boone. He's just like a lovable F up. He fought and killed the, spoiler alert, he fought the Khan, took the ring. And now things are kind of going to his head, and they use the Heart of the Phoenix, and now like all of these ghosts are coming because they used the scrolls wrong, and the bad guy used the scrolls to release dragons, and then they release spirits to fight the dragons, and now the spirits so like it's like releasing a it's like releasing a swarm of rats to kill off all the worms, and now you're dealing with worms, so you release the cats, and now the cats are eating all, you know what I mean? It's like all the solutions are causing more and more problems. So now this is all the ghosts attacking. I just love that splash page. So I brought you up to speed. 6 minutes, I just brought you up to speed. So what's going on? The ghosts are now terrorizing the city, and now the city, people want to flee. They've been attacked by dragons, now they're being attacked by ghosts. There was an invading army outside. It's like they just can't catch a break, so the people want to leave. And now the emperor directly is controlling the town, and he set up like a new ruler who says anybody who leaves the town gets shot. They imported some like muskets from Europe. So they're just lining all the walls, shooting all the citizens from fleeing. So they're trapped in this city of ghosts. The ghosts are just taunting everybody. And now the Silken Ghost, she shows up, and she has a sword called Ghost Killer. She's like, I have the ghost killing blade. And he's making fun of it. He's like, a blade that slays the already slain, don't make me. And he's about to say the word laugh when she just kills him, you know. And now she's just slaying all the ghosts. She's just going around, you know, and everybody's like, wow, this is so cool. Like they were like, it's kind of scary because the ghosts, like, not only are they going to kill you, but then you're going to become like this tortured ghost that they get to just torture, you know. So there's no escape. You can't just die. So she's going around killing the ghosts. And now I like this. She sees that's her grandfather. You know, all the ghosts, not all of them are bad. Some of them are just hiding. So her grandfather now, she's being haunted by her own ghost of the grandfather. And now the guards are going back to this is the judge. The judge is sitting on his throne. The judge was the former ruler of this imaginary city, who now he's a ghost, and he's like, I'm still in charge. And they're just like, why should we listen to you? You're dead. He's like, living or dead. He goes, Judge Jean administers the city no matter what side of the grave he is on. You will do as I bid. And they're like, why? What are you going to do? He goes, this. And he possesses one, and he shoots the other guy. You know, he goes, you two were best friends from childbirth, and I just possessed you and caused you to kill him. And I like what he says. He goes, do you see now the futility of your defiance? My vengeance is real. My word is flesh. No one is free from my law. I could be anyone, your best friend, your most trusted conspirator, even yourself. And you could never know, would you? So do I have your unquestioning obedience? So now he just usurped his own throne and is in charge of the town. Who is this guy? This guy's an assassin sent by the emperor himself. He wanted to kill Boone. Everybody wants Boone, and Boone's just he's a thief, but he's not a bad guy. And this is the emperor. And the assassin's like, yeah, I failed to kill Boone, but I brought you this. And he releases, this is the spirit of the governor that the emperor himself sent to you. And he's like, I'm sorry, I failed you. He's like, oh, come with me. This is my secret library. So the emperor himself has this secret library. And he's like, wow, this guy, he was a scholar. So he's like, wow, look at this. He goes, yeah, I want you to see this. And what does he do? He opens them up into the hell of the hungry ghosts as punishment. And he says, you have failed me. Even death cannot spare you from my ignominy. You see, you were wrong when you said that you had paid the ultimate price. But it's true that my collection is impressive. So the emperor is not a good guy. You know, he's a piece of junk. He's punishing these people because they couldn't do the impossible. Because I don't know. I'm giddy because I like this story. So now Silka Ghost is going home, and there's Boone already in her house. Now they're attracted to each other. He's the lovable rogue. She's the dutiful, studious daughter. And they're talking to each other. They're pretending. Oh, I was concerned about this. Meanwhile, they just want to see each other. And grandfather jumps in the middle. No, you'll not. He goes, how dare you? An unescorted male comes into the home bedchambers of an unwed woman. What is the city falling for? And blah, blah, blah. He's just yelling at her. And she's going to obey her grandfather, even in death. That's still her grandfather. And Popo's just like, yeah, I met the grandfather years ago. And who is that? That is I forget his name, Fat Tiger or something like that. Fat Tiger is the head of the Thieves Guild. And he's kind of incompetent. He kind of does what he needs to do to get him out of the particular jam at the moment. He's bad, but he's not like... There's degrees of bad, And she is his mother, and her name is Popo. I guess Popo means like revered one or something like that. And she's so old that she remembers when there was magic. It's a stereotype, right? The old lady knows magic. And she's just like, all right, we're going to do what we got to do. And ominous on this. I think there's spirits trapped in there. And here we go. The storytellers. Chuck Dixon, writer. Penciler, Mike Perkins, who the only one I know in this group is Chuck Dixon. I love Chuck Dixon. I'm a Chuck Dixon fanboy. Chuck Dixon's been on my channel. He's just the greatest, bar none. One of the most. I think he's the most prolific. Meaning he wrote most comic books of anybody in history. Just a great guy. But I really like the art. I really like the lettering. The color is good. The inking. But I don't know these people. Look at that cover. Look at that cover. That is just awesome. And this is funny. Chuck Dixon told a story that Mark Alessio, I think, was the owner of CrossGen. He was a comics fan growing up. And he made a fortune in the computer business and pursued his childhood dream of owning a comic book company. When I win, here's my Mega Billions. When I win the $1 billion lottery, I will have a comic book company. And I'll hire you guys. You guys will all make comic books together. And he ran the company, but he was used to being a boss. He was used to like computer engineers, stuff like that. So when he got like rebellious comic book people, they would fight with him. And one of the things Chuck did is he wrote the letters column as Popo the monkey, the sarcastic pain in the neck monkey. And Mark got pissed at him and yelled at him. And then Mark's daughter said her favorite thing was reading the letters written by Popo. And he had to come back and be like, yeah, you were right. You were right. Here's another comic, El Cazador. This is a full-on pirate comic. No magic, no superheroes, nothing. It could be set in the real world. I love that. I haven't read it. It only lasted 6 issues. Lady Death, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang by Tony Bedard. I gotta pick this up. This looks good. This looks good. And here's stores. They're advertising stores that sell CrossGen comics. I Want You at Route 66. I don't know anything about this. Tony Bedard. I gotta check it out. I have this. I'm also a fanboy of J.M. DeMatteis. I really like him. He's very spiritual and wacky. Like whereas Chuck Dixon to me seems to be like more grounded in reality. I think J.M. DeMatteis is more like interested in like the spiritual and mystical. They're really cool. And MegaCon. Oh, cool. Let's see Alan Mack. She could recruit you into her cult. There you go. Yeah, she was so cute before she went to prison for sexual slavery. Okay, there we go. Way of the Rat. I really, really like this. I'm digging this. And I got to say, I missed CrossGen when it came out. And I'm not kicking myself now because I could still get these for like $2 or $3. Like they're still... Buying these as back issues is still cheaper than modern Marvel comics. So I'm just loving it. This was a great company. I showcased many CrossGen comics on my channel, and I could say without further fear of contradiction that any CrossGen comic that I have read, I'm not saying they're all because I haven't read them all yet, any CrossGen comic that I have read has been excellent. Excellent comics. So there you go. That's today's video. Tomorrow I'll have my live chat, and then I'll see you Thursday with another comic book. Okay? All right, see you. Bye-bye.